myself and Irene continues after the ITV News.
Motorola 3G phones sponsor ITV movies.
Hello, Moto.
Bombardier Premium Bitter, drink of England.
I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. Only took me half an hour. Didn't use a brush. I used Ron Seal 5-minute fence finish. It comes with this fence pad. So guess how long it'll take me to finish? Ron Seal 5-minute fence finish. It does exactly what it says on the tin.
I'm not a gangster. You know, I'm not a thug. You know, I'm not in trying to be hard. If you ask me about that on the basketball court, then I say, yeah, I'm hard, I'm tough on the basketball court. But off the court, that ain't who I want my kids to feel like their daddy is. That's just my environment. That's where I came from. I can't be somebody else. All I can be is the best Allen Iverson that I can be.
Legendary spaghetti westerns.
Don't you want to see me?
All new special editions restored and remastered.
Bravo.
On 2-disc DVD now.
Nearly a fifth of businesses in Britain are set up because the owner has a lifelong passion. At HSBC, we understand that business is more than just business. It's personal. That's why we take time to really understand you, so we can offer the right solutions to help your business grow.
Can we go home yet? In a minute.
Only Actimel contains the good bacteria LC Immunitas. Try it and see if you feel the difference.
Get a free sex educational DVD, The Kama Sutra, with the Sunday Sport this Sunday. Absolutely free.
Warning, couples who watch this explicit DVD together may become highly aroused.
So make sure you get your copy of the Sunday Sport this Sunday and get The Kama Sutra on DVD absolutely free.
This is my city. And this is what I do. It's a dangerous game. The people you work with have to know they can trust you. It's all about confidence. You have to keep your cool. You've got to learn not to give anything away. Still, he gets me out of the office.
Sure, it won't let you down.
New Lux Shower Gel brings out the star in you.
Superfast 1 meg broadband, $17.99 a month. Wanna do today?
A crack squad of practical jokers, dozens of hidden cameras, and a brand new series, Celebrity Stitch Up, next Friday, 8:30.
Me, Myself and Irene continues at past after the ITV News with Andrea Catherwood.
Who do you trust? The campaign gets personal and Iraq takes centre stage. Michael Howard says Tony Blair lies to win as new claims emerge about legal advice on the war. Also tonight, we just have to pray. A father's hope for the stab victim, Abigail.
We've just taken such inspiration from Abigail's example. That's what it's all for, really.
Glory boys have Chelsea sealed the Premiership title. And a true screen hero, tributes to Sir John Mills, who's died at 97. Good evening. The election campaign turned bitter today as the issue of trust took centre stage. Michael Howard launched his most personal attack yet on Tony Blair, claiming that he lies to win elections. Mr. Howard cited the war with Iraq, which is tonight firmly back on the election agenda. A Sunday newspaper has claimed that Mr. Blair was warned by his top lawyer that military action could be illegal. Here's our senior political correspondent, John Ray.
The Prime Minister is still nervous that Iraq and the war could derail his election plans. What's worried his opponents is that the issue has so far failed to figure in the campaign. Until now, with Michael Howard again raising the question of trust.
He's told lies to win elections. He's only taken a stand on one thing in the whole of the last 8 years, taking Britain to war, and he couldn't even tell the truth about that.
The Tory leader is held by tomorrow's Mail on Sunday, which claims the Attorney General had expressed doubts about the legality of war. The claims have surfaced before, though not in such detail. What is beyond doubt is that Lord Goldsmith did change his advice. According to the Butler report in the autumn of 2002, the Attorney General believed there was no justification for using force against Iraq. By March the 7th, he was telling Downing Street a second UN resolution wasn't needed, that the courts could still rule otherwise. But 10 days later, on March the 17th, Lord Goldsmith put his name to a parliamentary answer, saying war would be legal.
The longer the Prime Minister refuses to publish in full the Attorney General's advice, the more this kind of speculation goes on, and the more people, quite rightly, will view this general election as a referendum in part on the Iraq war. There's no point in the Conservatives complaining about this because they signed up hook, line and sinker for the war in the first place.
Tonight, the Attorney General denied the suggestion that he'd been lent on to change his mind on the war. The conflict was legal and his opinion was his own and genuinely held, his office insisted. For Labour, all this is an unwelcome distraction from their own campaign theatre. A new slogan, if you value it, vote for it, designed to remind supporters in marginal seats that the election is closer than most opinion polls suggest. And that it might be close at all, Mr. Blair seemed to concede, could be in part down to him.
It's very simple with the Tory campaign. Once their policy and their economic plan has collapsed, they're going to raise every personal issue against me they possibly can. That doesn't worry me.
Tomorrow, all the parties are addressing Africa and the developing world. It's an issue on which the Prime Minister and his Chancellor believe they've taken a lead. It is certainly the aspect of foreign policy on which they prefer to focus. John Ray, ITV News, Downing Street.
Well, Iraq has yet to feature as a campaign issue, but how are the current election battles affecting public opinion? Well, ITV News has teamed up with The Times and the research company Populous to deliver every night an up-to-the-minute snapshot of what people are thinking. On day 5, Labour appear to be maintaining a clear lead with 41%. That's up 1 from yesterday. The Conservatives are unchanged on 33%. And the Liberal Democrats stay at 20. The minor parties have dropped a point. Now, police tonight released a man and a woman arrested in connection with the brutal stabbing of a young mother, Abigail Witchells. The 26-year-old's condition has improved slightly since Wednesday's attack in Surrey. Today, her father spoke of his admiration for his daughter, calling her an inspiration to others. Our crime correspondent Dan Rivers reports.
Tonight, the detective leading this inquiry is back at the scene of the attack as a woman arrested yesterday is released without charge. A few hours later, the man who was with her was also released from Guildford Police Station, meaning the hunt for Abigail's attacker is not over. For Abigail's father, the uncertainty and stress is beginning to show. Today, supported by the family priest, he spoke for the first time about the moment he learned his daughter had been stabbed.
All I can remember now is that it was a tremendous shock, and it just seems so far away now. Life has moved on. Fortunately, we have some hope, but initially we had absolutely no hope at all.
What has she managed to say to you or communicate to you?
She's communicated enough for us to know she knows quite a lot about her condition, which is, as you say, very serious and almost certainly long-term disabling She's very seriously paralysed at the moment. She knows about that, but she's communicated to us that somehow she has the strength of spirit to cope with that.
The attack happened in full view of Abigail's 21-month-old son, Joseph.
I heard him wake this morning. His first calls were for his mum. He doesn't have many words, but he can say enough that we know what he saw. You know, he saw what happened. What we have no idea is what effect it's had on him.
And Abigail's husband, Ben, is at her bedside constantly.
He's just in such pain. I really feel for him.
As Abigail's family come to terms with her condition, tonight it's becoming increasingly clear that the man who so violently attacked her in this alleyway is still at large. Dan Rivers, ITV News, Bookham.
Well, some more stories making the news tonight, and 13 people have been killed during another deadly day of attacks in Iraq. A car bomb targeting a US patrol exploded on a busy road in Baghdad, killing 1 Iraqi and wounding 7 others. 9 Iraqi soldiers also died when a roadside bomb exploded on the outskirts of the city. Final preparations are being made for tomorrow's inauguration of Pope Benedict XVI. Security is being stepped up, but as expected, 500,000 pilgrims begin arriving for the ceremony in St Peter's Square. And an Australian man has had to be rescued by fire crews after getting his head stuck in a rubbish bin. The 18-year-old had been drinking with friends when he tried to retrieve his mobile phone that had fallen in. It took firemen almost an hour to free him, suffering nothing more than a bruised ego. Well, sport now. In exactly 50 years to the day since Chelsea last won England's top division, they have, in the words of their manager, put one hand on the Premiership trophy. Jose Mourinho's side beat Fulham 3-1 this afternoon, and they could be crowned champions on Monday night if Arsenal fail to beat Tottenham. Here's Nick Bashford.
They've waited a long time for another championship, so Chelsea's fans can afford to be patient a little longer. And after Wednesday's draw with Arsenal, they knew the real Premiership trophy could not be clinched at Stamford Bridge this afternoon. But they want to cross the finish line as soon as possible, and Joe Cole took the first step. What a goal! Fulham ended the first half strongly, Collins John scoring just before half-time. He's got the goal. Fulham have equalised. Cue Ian Robben's return after a frustrating injury layoff. The Dutch winger inspires Chelsea, and when Frank Lampard scored their second goal, replays showed Robben's crucial part in it. Fulham's challenge was over, so when Idegard Jonsson made it 3-1, it simply sparked celebrations that are unlikely to stop until Chelsea are crowned champions. Nick Bashford, ITV News.
So Chelsea are now 14 points clear of Arsenal at the top of the Premiership. They'll be uncatchable if the Gunners fail to beat Tottenham on Monday night. Well, at the bottom, Crystal Palace beat Liverpool and Norwich City also won, giving both teams a chance to avoid relegation. And congratulations to Sunderland, who clinched promotion back up to the top of the Premiership 2 years after being relegated. Stephen Caldwell scored the decisive goal in a 2-1 victory over Leicester today, and the celebrations began as soon as it was announced that third-place Ipswich couldn't catch up after being held to a 1-1 draw at Leeds. Now, Sir John Mills, one of Britain's best-known and best-loved actors, died today at the age of 97. The classic English gentleman, Sir John, made more than 100 films in a career that spanned more than 60 years. Chris Shipp looks back at the life of a true screen legend.
One of his last public appearances, Sir John at the door of number 10 in April last year. Tonight, Tony Blair was among those paying tribute. Sir John Mills, he said, made us proud to be British.
Partnership? Hey, that's different. I thought you were asking me to wed you.
Sir John was a true legend among British actors, a star of more than 100 films. He was discovered in the 1930s by Noel Coward and made a household name by the director David Lean.
One day, Pip, you'll marry too.
I don't think I shall, Biddy. Not now.
Sir John married his wife Mary in 1941. 60 years later, they renewed their vows. He was 92, she suffering from Alzheimer's, but he called it the happiest day of his life.
As long as I can stop myself bursting into tears, it'll be all right. I found the whole thing rather emotional, quite honestly.
An Oscar came his way in 1971. He won it for his role as a deformed mute in Ryan's Daughter.
What am I to do with you? What?
All right, Vanderpool. Your Honour, bring her up the last lap. Get cracking. That bar opens at 6.
An archetypal English gentleman who played with ease the ordinary working man. His career was best defined by military roles, like in the classic Ice Cold in Alex.
Worth waiting for.
Well, that's it for tonight. From all of us here, goodbye.
ITV National Weather, sponsored by Powergen.
Hello, good evening. Northern parts of Britain did best today and they'll do best again tomorrow. The best of the sunshine up in the north and west, with the south having more showery outbreaks of rain. Now, we had rain in the south today. That's a fairly narrow band now. It's drifting a little bit further north into this sort of position overnight. Light and patchy rain, but misty in places too. A chilly night in the north, touch of ground frost beneath those clear skies. And then tomorrow, it's the south again that gets most of the showery outbreaks of rain drifting up from the south during the day. For the rest of Britain, a bit of a grey start, odd spots of rain maybe, but much of northern parts tomorrow end up dry. Some sunny spells. Quite cold, though, on the northeast coast. A breeze coming in off the North Sea there, so temperatures only 10 or 11. Elsewhere, it's somewhere between 13 and 15 at best.
Positive energy from Powergen.
In the last 12 months, GMTV was watched by more viewers than ever before. GMTV, Britain's biggest breakfast channel.
Back with Jim Carrey and Renée Zellweger next. Me, myself and Irene.
The Essential War Collection on DVD. A range of classic war movies for you to collect. The Deer Hunter, Ice Cold in Alex, Three Kings, We Were Soldiers, Full Metal Jacket.
What is your major malfunction?
The Essential War Collection.
Worth waiting for.
Prepare for action. Own the DVDs today.
It's MFI's biggest spring sale, with all sale items less than half price. Plus, there's VAT-free sale prices across the store. There's over 40 kitchens, including this Woodstock kitchen with a choice of handles. We've over 60 bathroom options, like this Tigress bathroom and flow-controlled Whirlpool bath. You'll find VAT-free sale prices on bedroom ranges and beds, including this Miracoil Silent Night divan. And with the lowest guaranteed sale prices across every room in the house, the place to buy is MFI.
Introducing the new fresh-baked baguettes at Burger King. Fresh baguettes straight from the oven in 4 delicious varieties, only at Burger King.
Oh, Darren, this comfort's now even fresher. Oh, Darren! Oh no, it's Stitcher. It's going to knock the stuffing out of you, Darren.
Look, Stitch, I'm really sorry.
Oh, Stitch has gone all soft. Soften things up with fresh new comfort.
Take a typically trying day. Add a couple of hungry children. Choose Bernard Matthews Premium Norfolk Turkey Breast to make a cheery smile. 2% fat is all it contains, so stir in plenty. Beautiful. That'll hit the spot. Bernard Matthews Norfolk Turkey, one of life's most versatile ingredients.
Package tear?
Wash out your hair monster with Sunsilk Care and Repair.
Right now, there's 20% off Monaco garden furniture at B&Q. Don't lounge about.
Hundreds of labels, always up to 60% less. Only at TK Maxx.
Discover the secrets of the saga with Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Don't miss this Sunday's News of the World and Monday Sun for your free official Star Wars pin badges and collector album offer. There are 26 badges to collect featuring all your favorite characters from the 6 Star Wars episodes. Get your free official album and 2 free pin badges exclusively with Sunday's News of the World.
Whatever the weather, rise above it with BMI.
Hello, good evening. I think we only score a B- for our forecast so far this weekend. If it goes to plan tomorrow, it'll be another unsettled day. Some bright spells around, but a fairly high risk of some showery rain turning up from time to time as well. The rain was quite patchy today, and what there is beginning to drift around up towards the north and east of us overnight. So we'll end up mostly dry through the latter part of the night with some mist and fog patches and temperatures down to around 8 or 9 at very lowest. And then tomorrow, probably a grey and murky start for many of us. 1 or 2 sunny spells beginning to break through, but at the same time, there's another band of that showery rain coming up towards us from the southwest. So I think through the day, there will be some showery outbreaks coming across the southeast. You might be lucky and miss the worst of it and just stay mostly dry, but there will be some downpours around, so do watch out for them. Fairly light winds, and with the bright spells in between the showers, temperatures probably around 15 or maybe 16 at very best. That just gets us into the 60s Fahrenheit. And the next 2 or 3 days are just as difficult to forecast, really. There'll be low pressure close by, so it's really a showery story for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. There will be some sunny spells. It's not a complete washout by any means, but a generally unsettled look to things. Showers to watch out for, and temperatures mid-teens at best. So it's not too bad, but there are showers around.
BMI, sponsors of London weekend weather.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
William and Mary, Sunday at 9. ITV1.
We're in Hell's Kitchen on ITV2 now. Live stuff as the chefs cope without Caroline. Here on ITV1, Jim Carrey and Renée Zellweger. Very strong language from the start of Me, Myself and Irene.
Motorola 3G phones sponsor ITV movies.
Hello, Moto.
I haven't done anything wrong, and you know